Hi, I'm Andrew from Horsepower Inc. Today we're going to be going over with this 2020 Road Glide sitting here, the installation of our tunnel ram intake. So check it out. So when you get your box from us with the tunnel ram components in it, you get it open, lay everything out. This is what you're going to see. You're going to have your main mounting bracket, you're going to have your secondary bracket from main to throttle body. You're going to have two banjo breather lines. You're going to have your HPI emblem, two button head 832s to mount that. You're also going to get 5 6mm by 1 socket headed cap screws. You're also going to get 7 1/4 20 button head Allens, 2 button head Allen breather bolts, 4 crush washers, a velocity stack, tunnel ram, and filter assembly, as well as the O-rings and gaskets needed to be installed. We're going to go ahead and get our main bracket set up, get the routing and everything put in place for our breather bolts with our oil lines. Some of the things you may need to ease an installation as far as tool wise is a 5/16 quarter drive socket or a nut driver. You may need a 3/8 drive extension, your appropriate ratchets to help you out. We do have a cutoff 7/32 Allen. Also going to need a couple long ball Allens and a standard 5/32 Allen socket as well. So we're going to go ahead and start off. You're going to get your bracket, your breather bolts, crush washers, and lines. Now your bracket is going to go on first because of the breather bolts being long enough to where you won't be able to get them in behind the tunnel ram once everything's mounted up. So we're going to go ahead and take a crush washer, breather bolt through your banjo fitting, second crush washer, bracket. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat this for the other side, and then we're going to get mounted up. So we also put a drop of blue Loctite on these fasteners when we go to install them. Get them started by hand. We're going to leave this loose, and we're not going to finish tightening anything down until we get everything else mounted up like we need to, and then we'll go back and tighten all our fasteners in sequence. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and install our tunnel ram onto our manifold. This manifold is one of our manifolds here from HPI that was already previously installed in this bike. So we got our 6mm by 1 metric fasteners already put in place. We're going to go ahead and grab our 5mm ball Allen. You want to make sure you put a drop of blue Loctite onto each fastener. Once again, we're just going to snug this down by hand. So now what we want to do is go ahead and take 2 of our 1/4 20 button heads that come with the kit, and we need to start the 2 top mounting fasteners that are going to our tunnel ram itself. This is where leaving the bracket loose comes into play, because as you can see, this moves around and we need to line these up. So this gives us enough play to put it exactly where we need it. So once again, drop the blue Loctite on the fasteners and do an install. Once again, everything is just snug. All right, so now we want to take our stock throttle body that we pulled off here. This would be a good time to point out that this setup you can get for stock throttle body configurations and stock manifold. You can also get the setup to work with our 58 and our 62 millimeter throttle body and manifold combination. And we also offer one of these for a 70 mil combination as well. But the install is pretty much all the same for what you're seeing here. So using our stock 6 mil by 1 fasteners that was with the stock throttle body unit, we'll go ahead and grab our 5 millimeter ball island unit. We're going to line this up. Drop a blue Loctite on all the fasteners. I'm going to go ahead and snug everything down. Now that we got our throttle body installed onto the tunnel ram, and these fasteners are already tightened down. The throttle body's not going to have to worry about going anywhere, so we don't need to adjust anything. So it's in place. We're going to take our secondary bracket, get 2 of our 1/4 20 button head fasteners, and 2 of our 6 mil metrics. Over to our throttle body. You want to start the fasteners in the throttle body first. And these 2 bosses up top where your stock mounting bracket hung the throttle body. You also want to put a drop of blue Loctite on these fasteners as well. And you will install these loose, so you can help line up 1/4 20 button heads that are going to secure it from the secondary to main bracket. So now we're going to go ahead and install our velocity stack onto the throttle body. You're going to grab your remaining 1/4 20 button heads, your velocity stack. You want to go ahead and start your screws into the stack like that. We're going to grab our air cleaner gasket itself. We're going to position it in place, and then we're going to get this all on as one unit. And when we go to start these, we want to make sure get them started, and then give maybe about a turn to a turn and a half each, and work your way around. Because if you get tightened up too much on one side, and you get a bolt sticking out, it could come in contact with the back edge of the stack. So you want to make sure that you're tightening these evenly as you're going. Now the velocity stack's installed, we can go ahead and grab our air filter assembly. There is a metal flute that is in this air cleaner. We tend to always install these facing the ground. And then with the worm drive clamp that is on it to hold it in place, I'll generally have that facing down as well. Any excess of the band clamp will come out the bottom and be hidden. You just want to go ahead and install it onto the stack. It'll bottom out, and then position worm drive clamp. Grab your nut driver or 5/16 socket. So now we got everything else finished up. We're going to go ahead and install our badge. This is going to go off the two bosses in the casting on the tunnel ram itself. We got a couple 832 pieces of hardware. You're going to get your small Allen wrench. We're going to get this put up. Some blue Loctite will work great on these, or if you have some lower grade, that's fine. Just a little something to have it on there so it doesn't come off. Bam. So now that we got everything in place, all we need to do is finish up is go ahead and take our throttle body harness itself, plug it back in, lock the tab in place. The routing for your harness is going to go in front of the manifold bolt pattern, and then down in between the main bracket and over. There is no need for a longer harness or to lengthen anything. There's plenty of play in the harness, that's fine. Once it's in place, and we've already worked our way back and tightened down all of our fasteners like we need to, everything's secure. Our head breather bolt assembly with the breather lines just need to be routed. You can route these a number of ways, whatever's going to work out best for you. What we like to do is run them right between the front rear cylinder. And then we'll just tuck them down in between the crankcase and the primary case. And there you have it. That's our HPI tunnel ram install. Lane, do you approve? Lane approves. You can go ahead and follow us on Instagram at Horsepower Inc. If you're interested in one of these units or have any questions, give us a call at the shop. Phone number is 317-757-8668. Thanks a lot.